This is the all-new 2019 Chevy Blazer. Does it live up to its legendary name? In this video, we're gonna take it on a first drive around San Diego, and I'm gonna show you all the features, pricing, information, specs. So this new Blazer is definitely nothing like the Blazers of old, either the big truck-based K5 or the S10-based Blazer of the past. This is a whole new thing, but as far as a mid-size crossover, I think Chevrolet did a really good job at hitting some of the key points about style and technology features and convenience and utility. When we first did a video on the world debut of the Blazer, you guys commented and said that the name does not match the image and design of the new crossover. And Chevrolet says this is a new interpretation on a classic name. What is popular these days? Well, it's crossovers, road-going machines that are good for families, and they're stylish and fun. So let's look under the hood and see exactly what it's made out of. Under the hood of the new Blazer is a choice of two engines. There are no turbos here, no hybrid systems. The base Blazer comes with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with 193 horsepower, and that engine in front-wheel drive and a 9-speed automatic is rated at 25 mpg combined. More fun is this engine. It's a 3.6-liter V6. It's very high-tech, has cylinder deactivation, it can run in four-cylinder mode, and the final power rating on this V6 is 308 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. It's also made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And in this guise, with a V6 all-wheel drive, the combined rating is 21 mpg. While the Blazer V6 delivers over 300 horsepower, it falls behind in fuel efficiency when you compare it to the competition. Oh yeah, let's go for a drive. First, I'm gonna put it in sport mode. Is there any other mode? One thing immediately becomes clear in the new Blazer. I just feel comfortable. It's big and spacious and wide on the inside. The driving position is great. There's great visibility. If you look through the A-pillar here, there's a little glass, and it offers great visibility to the side on both sides. And the mirrors are relatively large too. What Chevrolet tells me is that they have thought about handling and sportiness on this crossover. The mid-size crossover segment is an interesting one because style matters greatly. Just take a look at some of the competitors. The Nissan Murano, Ford Edge, they're all very stylish. And it's also the case here with the Blazer. It has different personalities depending on the trim you get, either the base Blazer, this RS, the sporty version, or the luxurious Premier. They all have their own unique flavor, but I think the overall look is very aggressive, wide and low and mean.
To enable the styling, the wide track width, we actually increased our track by 40 millimeters over other versions that use the same architecture.
So like the Acadia, potentially XT5, yeah. Are those the vehicles we're talking about?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So 40 millimeters wider, and that's all about getting the right proportions. So going wider with the track, bringing the roof heights down, just gives the car a much more planted, athletic look. And we were very happy to do that on the engineering side because running the wider track also helps us in terms of reducing body roll during cornering maneuvers.
Right, so the Blazer is a little bit bigger than the Equinox, or a little wider, but not quite as big as the Traverse. It slots in the middle, right?
Kind of, although in some ways it's close to both of them. So let me explain.
Okay.
If you look at the width of the Blazer, it's very close to the Traverse width, which is the widest version of the architecture. If you look at the height of the Blazer, it's closer to the Equinox.
Okay.
So once again, we have not just taken a Traverse or an Equinox and scaled them mathematically. We've really done something very unique in terms of its proportions and its look. Yes, the Blazer has a lot of style to it, but it also has a lot of utility. For example, it's got the roof rails that are well integrated into the roof, and you can get accessories here. It's got a panoramic sunroof, but coming around the back, let me show you something else. Check this out, guys, a real 2-inch hitch receiver and a 7-pin connector for trailering.
The Blazer is rated up to 4,500 pounds of maximum towing when equipped with a V6 engine and a trailering package. And this is good stuff, and this also is almost class leading. Some of the competition can only tow about 1,500 pounds, maybe 2,000. Does the new Blazer have all the high-tech features? Yes. It even has some unique styling and design details. The Blazer has an electronically locking glove box. Why do this? Well, it makes the glove box a little bit larger and also allows you to lock it using valet mode in case you have something valuable that you want to store in there. The center stock reminds me of a Camaro, and that's on purpose because it was designed to be a sporty interior that's reminiscent of a Camaro, especially with the climate control settings. And the gauges are not really Camaro-ish. There's a tachometer on the left, but there's a big digital screen in the middle in this RS version. Let's check out the back seat. I'm 6'2", and I have just enough headroom, even with a panoramic sunroof. And the back seat actually has a lot of utility built in. You could recline it back, and you can also slide it back and forth. So if you need more cargo space, you can slide it forward. If you want more comfort for your legroom, I'm sitting behind myself. Really comfortable place to be. The Blazer is purely a 5-person, 2-row crossover, and it has decent utility. If you fold the rear seats down, there is 64.2 cubic feet of cargo volume. But this is not class leading. If you compare it to a Murano or a Ford Edge, those have a couple of cubic feet more volume. But what I really like about the Blazer is the storage system. There is a spare tire underneath the floor, and also the cargo fence where you can separate your area in different ways. I like the usability of that. Let's try out the voice activated system. Take me to the Henry Hotel.
I'm on it, searching for Henry Hotel nearby. I'm finding more than one match. Because it may take you a while to choose, please do so manually from the display.
I really like this new system because it's actually natural speech. I don't have to go through menus and tell the system that I'm in California and San Diego. I can actually use natural speech like I would with Siri, and it's actually using cloud-based services. So it's actually using speech recognition and actually giving me good results. The Blazer comes in several different trim levels. The base Blazer comes with an 18-inch rim. A 20-inch rim is also optional, but then you can step up to this, a 21-inch rim with a low-profile Continental tire. This is an RS model, and handling is important in this class, and a 21-inch rim is becoming par for the course. You might be wondering, well, how much is this fully loaded V6 all-wheel drive RS model cost? And in fact, with all the options you see here, it's over $50,000. And I think it's crossing into the premium crossover space at that price because this segment is really crowded with a lot of other competitors like Nissan, Ford, Hyundai, Kia. And for 50 grand, there's a lot of other crossovers you could get. So if I was buying one, I would actually configure it maybe with fewer options and try to keep the price down. But I do like the V6 and I do like the all-wheel drive. The new Blazer starts at $29,995 for a base version with a 4-cylinder and front-wheel drive. That's actually the same starting price as a Ford Edge, but it's less than the starting price of a V6 Nissan Murano, and it's more by several $1,000s than a Kia Sorento or a Hyundai Santa Fe, so it's kind of in the middle there.
So with the RS, you get an all-wheel drive system. It's a full function all-wheel drive, microprocessor controlled, and it features our twin clutch rear drive module. There's a clutch for the right side of the vehicle and a clutch for the left side of the vehicle. You can independently deliver torque to the right or the left depending on conditions. This provides a lot of opportunities with respect to improved traction in snow and ice, but what we've really used it for in the RS is to improve the dry road handling performance of the vehicle. In power on turns, we're able to distribute a lot of torque to the back, 50 to 60% of the torque to the rear of the vehicle because it's a very high capacity system, and we can bias the torque between the inside tire and the outside tire and apply a yaw moment to the vehicle to help the vehicle to turn in and follow your commands more accurately.
So you're not braking the inside wheel, you can actually deliver more torque on the outside?
Right.
Okay.
We also, in some cases, we do use a brake-based torque vectoring, like you're describing. We do have that feature, but with the twin clutch on the RS, we resort more to actually applying more power and accelerating the car.
The sport mode actually adjusts the weight of the steering a little bit, and you might expect this RS to be a little harsh riding because they do have unique shock tuning, a little stiffer tuning on the RS model, but it hasn't really been the case, even with a 21-inch rim and those low-profile tires. So I think Chevrolet struck a good balance between performance, handling, and comfort with this one, even in this RS trim. The rear view camera mirror with multiple adjustments comes to the Blazer, as well as over 10 different camera views, including the 360 view. There is also a convenient feature that allows you to roll down all 4 of your windows with just one touch of the remote key fob. It's very clear the new Blazer is not about going off-roading with solid axles and a frame-based truck with an SUV body. It's all about on-road handling, performance, style, and high technology. And if you like all those things, you should probably check out the Blazer. Go back to tflcar.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews.